Zapata kusita kwa mijanja ni yaje. Ndio kama mpasa undi. Kumbona umuka zino kuzia zapata za kuyacho.
Na bwana wale mungu ufunguli baba ni ujakuja kuzi.
I just told you. When I not where.
I'm where in my
Now what you mean by this? Okay, so today we want to look at environmental conflicts. Environmental conflicts. Conflicts likely to happen anywhere where there is divergence of interest, or where people are sharing something. For example, sharing the use of something, you expect to have conflict. We discussed how environmental crises occur, why they occur, and you have been doing an assignment on environmental challenges, the three challenges. Environmental challenge is resource challenge and the other. So, when you look at how these crises occur, it is inevitable to start thinking about what kind of conflicts can also occur. Especially when you have a commodity that is beneficial to everybody, that everybody wants to live on. So, these conflicts occur for a number of reasons. Sometimes it's conflicts over control of environmental resources. You know, when you have control, it means you have a keyword access. You know, that sometimes some of us, I'm sure, we have grown up in situations where, in the villages, for example, those of us who have lived in the villages, sometimes people, even in the cities, sometimes people fight for just a boundary. And it can be sometimes, sometimes it's so stupid that I've noticed some quarrels in the villages where they are just quarreling over a meter. Just 1 meter, like this. You are Wamunda Manga. You are Nigeria Nadu. You know? Sometimes very small, to me, it's like, why do they have to quarrel to the state of fighting and demana just because of this half a meter of the soil, the land? So control over resources I think is one of the major causes of environmental conflict. So it could be control over sometimes resources underground. Like maybe there's gold under your bed, or there's oil, or there's coal, in your village. It becomes a resource that you will fight over. Sometimes these resources this is control over natural resources. They can be natural resources, they can be renewable resources. How can you go to Mundo over the cast? Okay, so this control over resources can happen, from household level to community level, sometimes to district level, national level, and sometimes international. One country against another. So these conflicts happen in different levels. Sometimes it can be inside the home. You, your husband and children, or you and your wife and children, within there, sometimes there can be some, conflict, control over something, a resource. Sometimes it can be the whole village. 1 against village 2. Village headman Wakuti versus village headman Soap. Sometimes there are these crashes between villages. I remember when I was very young, my grandfather used to was in the royal family, was in the chief Wasambo, T.A. Wasambo, and he used to be used for settling boundary disputes between small chiefs, village headmen, and the group village headmen. When there are problems with the boundaries, my grandfather and my mom's side could go and settle those disputes. And here in Malawi, it's a very serious issue. When these village heads are fighting over boundaries, or group village men, this one and the other group village men are fighting over pieces of land. And there are issues of like witchcraft involved. So my grandfather one day told me that he went to settle that dispute and tell them that the boundary should be here. So as he was walking, and the others were coming behind him to mark, to make the marks as he's walking to demarcate this land between these two village headmen. And suddenly he found that he was faced with a snake, which had just from nowhere it went and just stood just like that to stop him from proceeding. But he was telling me that he was stronger than that. So he just used his stick to point at the snake, and the snake just went down. And he continued. He continued. From Karonga. But my grandfather was very big in these things, because there were so many people who were camping at his house for medication. Yeah. When I told him, he's the one who's looking for help for them. Not like Sinanga, but the herbalist. So the TA trusted him to be the one who was as an elder brother. They were all same surname, Makuliwa, TA or something. But his younger cousin was the chief, but he was using him to settle this. So it was very fascinating for me to hear these stories, the encounters he had while trying to sort out these boundaries. So as a young person, it's always stuck in my head. When you tell a story to a young kid, like a story becomes implanted. So these things are real. It's not just what they are writing in books here. It's real. It's a big challenge because it's about control of resources. So control of resources it can actually lead even to outright wars. Countries can fight. So for example, of course we will deal with that later on, but just as a preliminary example, there was fear that Ethiopia might go to war with Egypt. Very recently. Are you aware what they are trying, what the problem is? Come on, you must have read. You guys are on social media all the time. Ethiopia and Egypt are likely to fight over what? Over the Nile River. You know the Nile River starts in Uganda, goes all the way to Mediterranean Sea. If you see that map, Nile River, I don't know whether does it empty into Suez Canal or it empties into Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, it starts from Ghana. It's a huge thing, Nile River. So Ethiopia has dammed it. They have a very big dam. It is producing some thousands of megawatts from this mega dam. So Egypt is complaining because they rely on this water for their irrigation down there. And they were threatening to, because Ethiopia seems as if they have constructed that dam without, close collaboration with the user downstream. So if you dam, for example, if you dam the Shire River, if somebody else, for example, if Nsanje was in another country, or Chikwa was in another country, okay, and we dammed Shire on the Shire Islands, affecting the water supply to Nsanje, and Nsanje would be another country. You see, they would get irritated that we have done that. Because they are also relying on that water to come and do some relief on it. And then you have blocked that water. So that's the problem with Ethiopia and Egypt. And the fears of war were real. I think they are still real. If these guys don't go through the discussion table and see how they can sort out their problems. It can also lead to issues of genocide. For example, the genocide in Rwanda. Some people believe it's also an issue of sharing of resources. So these environmental resources that we are talking about, the environment provides us resources. But this role of providing resources for our survival can also lead us into problems, into these huge environmental conflicts. Okay. So what is the conflict?
Misunderstanding between two parties.
The misunderstanding. In terms of environment, when we say there is an environmental conflict, what do we mean?
That is fighting for the control of the resources.
Fighting. A conflict. What do we mean? Okay. Anybody with a nicer definition? Basically, a conflict is a social situation. It's a social situation in which two or more parties try to acquire at the same time, at the same moment in time. Try to acquire an available. You're trying to acquire an available set of scarce resources. So it's a situation where two or more parties try to acquire something at the same moment in time, at the same time, try to acquire something which is scarce. You are trying to acquire an available set of scarce resources. In our own ways, we can define conflict like more than two parties, two or more parties are trying to acquire at the same moment, at the same time, an available set of scarce resources. So it gives the conflict because you at the same time both two or more people are trying to grab an available set of scarce resources. The problem there is the scarcity of the resource, and also the simultaneous want to control at the same moment. You want to have a share of that. So that's the conflict. Because when you are defining, you have to make sure that it's two or more people or parties, and it's at the same time, same moment in time. Not to win up with a masuo, same moment in time. And then this set of resources are scarce. They are not enough to accommodate two or more parties at the same moment. Okay? So have that in mind, that if you have such a situation, you have a conflict. So some people have defined, those are some authors, for example, the definition I just gave you was done by Wallenstein in 2007. But there was also another definition which is provided by the African Center for Constructive Resolution Dispute, which says that conflict is a state of human interaction. So that's another definition. A state of human interaction where there is disharmony. A state of human interaction where there is disharmony, or a perceived divergence of interests or needs or goals. Okay? So it's a state of human interaction where there is harmony or a perceived divergence of interests, goals, or needs, for example. So what this statement is saying is that there is a perception that interests needs and goals cannot be achieved due to the interference from the other person. So you think your needs and goals will not be achieved because of this other party. That's causing the conflict. So this conflict can be minor to very serious, and they can sometimes cause physical harm. They can cause physical harm both to human beings and natural resources themselves. The natural resource base itself can actually be harmed. The resource that you are fighting for can actually get damaged or affected by your fighting. So it can also impact on even the quality of that resource, the productivity of that resource, the economic development law of that process, because now you have started fighting for it, trampling on it, and so by so doing, reducing its quality, its economic value, for example. So this control of environment, so why do we get worried with conflicts? It's because of the very nature of the damage itself that can actually potentially arise out of these conflicts. While you are trying to resolve those conflicts, or even after resolution, the resource at the center of the conflict will never be the same. And we know that the resource, the environment, is very useful for the ecosystem, for the environment itself, for us, because of those three things we talked about: the role of stabilizing the environment, okay, the environment stabilizes the environment, our air and all that, the stabilizing role of the environment. It's like a regulatory process. It's regulating the quality of the environment. The environment itself regulates the quality of the environment because of the natural purifications that it does. Okay? We breathe in carbon dioxide and blah 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 blah. The natural purification where the environment will process those, somebody will live on those carbon dioxide and produce oxygen in return, for example. So there's a process of purification and regulation in the environment itself. Okay? So any conflict poses a danger. So that law of stabilizing the climate, stabilizing our lives, And also this process of regeneration, the generation process role also gets disturbed. With images of conflicts. Production of goods and services, the resource-based itself, the pharmaceuticals, the genetic resources, industrial products, and all that. Life-fulfilling functions, for example, beauty and all that, these things that we mentioned. All those can get damaged due to environment, these conflicts. So what I've been trying to say here is why should we worry about these conflicts? We should worry about them because they disturb all these functions, all these roles that the environment provides us. The regulatory and purification roles, the stabilization roles, stabilizing our climate, the generation roles, all those production of goods and services, all that is beauty and life-fulfilling roles. Those things come under threat when the people fighting over control of resources. So conflicts therefore have been they have been grouped into a few categories. One is what they call biodiversity conflicts. Biodiversity conflicts. It's one category of conflicts. This is conflict between people about wildlife. Conflict between people about wildlife or other aspects of biodiversity. So, people fighting over wildlife. Conflicts between people about wildlife. So these conflicts we can go down and try to itemize them. But mainly it's about conflicts, for example, relating to conservation of protected areas. How do you conserve protected areas? Conservation of protected areas, meaning you declare that we are going to protect this area or protect this. How do you make sure everybody adheres to that? How do you conserve that? How do you conserve a protected area? How do you say, okay, this is has been declared as a forest reserve or a game reserve or whatever, or protected area in some way. Some people must still want not to agree with you. They think that you are depriving them of their right to cut in some wood in that forest to build a house. For them, a house is a necessity. They need a house. And you are preventing them from going to cut a tree, which is God given. Why are you stopping others from using that resource to better their lives? Okay? there can be also conflicts in green technologies as well as fair trade. Green technologies and fair trade. So you might want to go for technologies that promote use of renewables versus use of non-renewables. Some people are making money out of charcoal, for example, coal. And you are saying, no, Kugulisa Makara is bad for the environment. And therefore you are promoting Woody as you beat because it's from renewable, from our language, the hydro. You are likely to have conflicts about the use of these green technologies. Sometimes even about fair trade. What is fair trade? So sometimes you can have issues about how do you package local knowledge to certain biodiversity. Local knowledge to use of animal hide, for example. So for example, some people might want to use the hide for displaying waste. In the village, somebody who can put on the hide from a lion will show that he has killed a lion before, and therefore he's very strong man, and that's the local status to there are all these conflicts. Some of these conflicts can lead to cause harm, others can just harm the individual or harm the environment itself. So when we're talking about these conflicts, be mindful that some harm can be between the parties, but some other harm can be on the third party, and sometimes can be on the host. The host meaning the center of the conflict. So biodiversity is got a range of things that we can talk about. A very long range.